everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Cutler's 49ers going up against Bridgewater's Vikings.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. They'll need to get the play off quickly. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now Cutler. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, Cutler. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is when we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
And the offense in a great spot. It's 1st and goal from the 3. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They start the drive with Hyde. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, high. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
On 3rd down, Cutler steps away to his left. He can run. Now Cutler in trouble. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Let's go.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. Room to run past midfield. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 51 yards on the ground. So he rips off a great run and shows you why this year he's top 10 in rushing in the league.
And looks like he's trying to move up fast on the leaderboard, doesn't he? Top 10, looks like he's running to get into the top 5.
And now a 1st down following that long gain.
Let's go.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They go with Murray again. He will push his way down to about the 14. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, Guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And this is going to be incomplete. Charles, that's an important third down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Now it's Cutler. He dumps it to Hyde. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And the offense facing a 3rd and 6.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They go play action now. Cutler. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
High. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 2nd down, here's Cutler. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
From midfield now, here's Cutler. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anderson-Dejo. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Again with Cook. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
That's it, baby.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Rashard Robinson with a pick. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
Big hold of the 30. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
First down, Murray. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. 4-6 defense. They were daring him to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Charles.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive lineman, the center, and the two guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball inside. If you can control them, that allows the linebackers and the safeties to run free and get to the ball carriers. And that play worked really well. No gain.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Bridgewater on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door.
Let's go.
Cook following the penalty. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
A second down throw for Bridgewater. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Here's Cutler. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Fresh set of downs here. They'll give to Hyde. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, second down. Now Cutler to throw on second down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Sharif Floyd busting through to get him for a loss of 6. The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, it's Cutler. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Cook. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
Tiger! Let's go!
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Let's go! Wide
From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A very solid gain of 27. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Play action now. Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Rashard Robinson with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter in Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now after the interception, here's Cutler. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Second down following the incompletion. From the gun, it's Cutler. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter in Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Second half starts with a run by Murray. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second down following the run. Throwing, Bridgewater. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. Handoff. It's Murray. Dropped at the 35, but he was able to display the agility there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Again, it's Murray. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Bridgewater. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. That was 2nd down run for Murray. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a give. Left side. This is Murray. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Let's go.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the game?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Here we go now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to the flat for Hyde. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. 1st and 10. It's Cutler. Throw left side complete. That's Arnold. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Second down now after the pass completion.
Here we go now. 3-19.
To throw again is Cutler. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Here's Cutler to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that
answer. That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try and throw for it with Cutler. And he's going to be taken down. Cutler sacked. Daniil Hunter in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Now Cutler back into his end zone. On the move to his left. And this one is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Time running out here on the play clock. And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Cutler on 1st down. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. He's got a man complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing now, Cutler on 1st down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down, Cutler. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. From the shotgun, Cutler being chased out left. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now Cutler looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And now running right through it. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Murray. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. The 13 yards that time of the first. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Solomon Thomas in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Let's go. Play 90.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Second down, Bridgewater. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They give him a gain of 37.
After that nice game there, for the rest of the game, the defense is going to have to respect the running backs as passing threats as well. Not just play them strictly to run the football. They may be able to get downfield and catch it too.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Now a give. This is Murray. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. On third down, Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Meanwhile, in Foxborough there in the fourth quarter, now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Second and 10 now. It's Cutler. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is third and 10. Out of the gun, it's Cutler. And incomplete here on third down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And able to find Garcon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
To throw, Cutler. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the 4th quarter now. Now it's Cutler. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It's been a bit of a shootout in that one, and the Titans now leading. A win would be their second on the young season. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, I think the Niners got it back. Yes, San Fran recovers. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. So the D-line's going to spread out.
All right, here we go. Blue landing. Blue landing. Watch it now, Barney.
Here's Cutler. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Obviously a tough spot here. They need a lot of luck to win this game, but still a small chance.
They've got to make sure they get the ball to the sidelines, get out of bounds, preserve clock.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. 3-19.
Throwing now is Cutler. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the 4th quarter. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their second on the young season.
All right, here we go. Gun.
Now it's Cutler. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Cutler to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Cutler. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. One last shot for Cutler. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Vikings, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.